Gather close now. Not too close, but close enough.
Tonight, I'm taking you to a place called Crow Hall. Have you heard of it? No, nobody has. That's the point. Crow Hall was a small, crooked manor house in the West Country of England. It had two things worth remembering. One, crows gathered there by the hundreds every evening, lining the roof like mourners at a funeral. Two, a room that no one entered, and a man who should have left. His name was Edmund. Only Edmund. No surname that mattered. Just Edmund, groundskeeper of Crow Hall for 47 years, from 1889 to 1936. They found him dead at his kitchen table, hands folded, eyes open, looking at the wall. In front of him was a single sheet of paper with these words: "I should have left when the tapping started. By the time I understood what was tapping, it was too late." That's all. 3 sentences. Let me tell you what they mean. Edmund arrived at Crow Hall in 1889. He was 24. Quiet, steady. The estate agent wrote that Edmund seemed constitutionally incapable of being surprised or frightened. Perfect for a place with Crow Hall's reputation. Crow Hall had a quiet unease that clung to it like damp. Servants didn't stay long. They gave excuses, but the departures were always sudden. Edmund didn't care. He wanted solitude. He lived in the groundskeeper's cottage, did his work, kept his peace. For 3 years, he was fine. Then the tapping started. Edmund wrote a letter to a friend in Bristol. It was never sent, but I found a copy. It began in the spring of '92. A tapping from behind the wall of the blue bedroom, the room no one uses, the room no one speaks of. 3 taps. Pause. 3 taps. Pause. Like someone knocking a code against the inside of the wall. I told the housekeeper, Mrs. Ashford. She went pale and said, "Because the attention is what it wants." She left the following week. I stayed. Any sensible person would have left. But Edmund was curious, and curiosity opens every door meant to stay closed. For 2 years, Edmund resisted, but the tapping found him anyway. Then one night in 1894, it changed. Edmund wrote. The tapping stopped at midnight. The silence was worse. Then I heard a voice in my own head. I have been patient. Have you? I didn't sleep the rest of that night. Edmund had a choice. Flee. Or find the source. He went to the blue bedroom. The door was locked. He picked it in under a minute. The room was dark. Curtains the color of dried blood. Air cold and still. The room was empty. No furniture. Nothing. He pressed his ear to the far wall. 3 taps. Slow. Deliberate. "Hello?" Edmund did not flinch. He said, "What are you?" The wall answered, "I'm what was walled up. I'm what was forgotten. I have been knocking for 200 years. You are the first patient enough to answer. What were you before you were walled up? I was a man. What did you do? I listened." Edmund returned to that room every night for the next 42 years. The voice told him its story. The man behind the wall had been a footman in the 1600s. He found a crack in the foundation. From that crack came a sound, a whisper, a call. He listened for years, until one day he understood it was asking him a question. "Do you want to know what lies beneath?" He said yes, and something answered. His body was found the next morning in the blue bedroom, sitting against the wall, eyes open, a faint smile on his lips. They walled him up where they found him. For 200 years, his voice remained in the walls, tapping, waiting, asking the same question he had been asked. Now you might think Edmund resisted, that he was stronger, but he stayed for 47 years. He went to that room every single night. And when they found his body in 1936, he was sitting at his kitchen table, looking at the wall. The same faint smile, the same distant eyes, the same understanding that whatever lay beneath Crow Hall was worth more than the world above it. I went to Crow Hall myself last autumn. The roof has fallen in. The blue bedroom wall had crumbled. I stood there in the empty space, and I heard it. Not a tapping, not a voice. A hum from below, from the bedrock, from somewhere so deep no human has ever reached it. It asked me nothing, but I felt what Edmund felt, what the footman felt. Something beneath us, patient, calling. I understood why they stayed, not because they were trapped, because they were home. Sometimes late at night, I still hear that hum, and I understand it more every time. The question it asks is not terrible. It's the most beautiful question you can imagine, and someday, maybe soon, I'm going to answer it. So, that's the story of Crow Hall, of Edmund, of the voice that has been tapping for 400 years. Go home, lock your doors, sleep well. But if you hear a tapping tonight from behind the wall, or the floor, or somewhere deep in the quiet of your own mind, just know